Morning everyone, it's Mish here, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by, and I hope you come back again. And if you are returning, one of my returning supporters, I thank you so much. I do appreciate everybody. Today we're going to be working in the Daphne Diary Gluebook journal. For those of you who are new, it's just a journal that we've been putting together based on Daphne's Diary magazine. I do use background pages and sometimes extra just cardstock or patterned paper from my own stash, but otherwise it's basically using just images from the magazine. So we've done quite a few already. So if you haven't checked those out, I do have a playlist. If you get a chance, check them out. So today we're going to be doing another page. And I've already done the background for it. I'm going to be working on that one there. Excuse me. And I went through, I have, if you've been watching, you already know this, but I have 4 magazines already. I started in this year, 2023, and I have magazine 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I go back and forth just finding images. For today, the image that I am working with was actually the back cover of number 6. And I don't have a copy of this one. Sometimes I have 2, and then I can show you and use one to cut out, but I don't have it. But that's where I've gotten most of the images from today. I have also gone through the magazine and cut out a couple more florals of purple plants. I'm not sure exactly what page it came from, but it came from this number 6. But I'm also going to be using one of the butterflies from this page, and I can't remember which issue this came from, but we already used it for the bug on the wall with the magnifying glass, and I believe I've used a butterfly for another page as well. So that's that one. So I just used some of my pattern paper for today. I just want to make sure I stay in. My camera's at a different angle today. So the image that we're going to use to start with is this one here. Okay, it's a lavender kind of bottle. And then I've gone along and I cut out, I'll tie it up here. I cut out some of these blue flowers. Not exactly sure what they are. It's not lobelia. And then just some lavender and some greenery to go with the lavender. So that's kind of the background, and I think we can get that on now. I am going to cut off these little sprigs because I don't think I need them. I wanted that off to the side, I think. Let's see. So if we put this down, I have 2 pieces of greenery, and then something like that maybe. I could put that in the middle, and yeah, I don't like that. I like that off to the side there. So I'm going to start just by getting that down, and I do like kind of that angle. I can go along after, I guess, and cut those off. I'm just using some Elmer's glue. I'm just going lightly with the glue. You don't need a lot to tack down magazine paper onto, like the patterned paper. If I use too much, it's going to cause my image to wrinkle. I do have sort of a microfine tip, so this does come out in just a really small bits at a time. Okay, so we got that down. And then, so my bottle's going to go kind of here, I think. And then we'll get some greenery down. Let's see, I feel like I'm all thumbs this morning. Yeah, no, so that's going to kind of go off to the side there. And then we'll have, let's see, we'll have that and that kind of here. And then we've got some more greenery, and I just fussy cut this stuff. Kind of like how that's ended up, and then I can put another piece. So I do like where the leaves are. Let's get those down. So today is, it's early yet. I think it's 7 o'clock in the morning. It's quite still dark outside. Well, I mean, it's not pitch dark, but it's also raining. It's just kind of the story of our life here in Nova Scotia, Halifax. Outside, I've just woken up, so I'm not that chatty, I guess. But yeah, so we'll get that down. I'm really enjoying working in the Gluebook. So then we'll just get some sprigs of lavender down. Let's see. Yeah, kind of like that. So maybe that one can go up a little higher. Okay, so we cut out there for a second, but I do have a yellow flower here too. So I think I'll end up doing something like that. So I'm going to get the yellow flower down. And this yellow flower came from the back cover too. It's part of the... There were some other lavender, I believe, on the back cover that I didn't use. These images, these ones here that I'm using, I picked up from other parts of the magazine. Okay. So that's kind of the background for now. Just going to cut that off. Snip, snip. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside because right now I want to play with my lavender bottle. So I kind of thought, I was thinking, how could I jazz that up a bit? So what I did was I was playing with some cork, and I thought I could add real cork to the top of these as a stopper. And I had some corks from different wine bottles, and I ended up taking one of those corks and cutting it all up. You need to be careful, but I used a little saw that I had in my toolbox, and then I used my little blade, and I just kind of whittled away until I had kind of a shape that I liked. So that's what I've come up with. And that the other thing that I found were these little sticky pads. I think I must have got those at the dollar store. And I also had some other little corks. So the other thing that I could have done is I could have put some adhesive on there, some glue, tacky glue, and then put some sparkles or some stickles, or I could have probably mushed up or just got some bits of the cork and put them on. So there's a lot of things I could have done with it, but I kind of like this idea. So with this, what I thought I would do is get my cutting, get one of my cutting boards. I'll just grab this one. I have a little one there that I sometimes use. And I'm going to take my blade, and I'm just going to, I wanted to kind of make it so, I mean, I could just glue it on top there, but I thought first of all, I'm going to be putting this up on dimensionals, so I'm just going to, I think I'll do this. If I do it now, I'm going to lift it up, and will it be easier to, let's just go here first. So I thought I would cut this to start with right here. You need to be very careful when you're using a sharp blade. Okay, and then just to make it look kind of real, I thought I could lift that. I'm just going to cut it off completely, because if I don't like it, I can always glue the top cork back down. All right, so I kind of thought something like that. I like that. It's cute. Okay, so for this one, the little one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to cut that cork out very slowly. Okay, that should come out. Okay, so I put my blade away before I cut myself. And I did take my color pencils and just make, you can see I kind of made like the ridge of where the cork would have, the top of the, kind of the round part of the cork. And I did that with this one too. I just took my Prismacolor pencils. I gotta find the right side. And I just did it. I thought that was kind of cute. So to get that to stay on there, there's a couple things that I could do. I could take a piece of paper and glue it onto, that's what I think I'll do. I can take a piece of paper, decide which side I want. I actually like that side better. And I'm taking my Fabri-Tac, which comes out as snail's pace. And I'm going to glue it, and I'm going to make a little flap that we can then glue under the image. So put that on there. And we'll make a little flap with this guy. Okay. Fabri-Tac, when it dries on your fingers, you can just rub it off. It's like it's a silicone base. Okay, so I just want to leave a little flap. So I'll just cut around there. Get rid of that. Like so. Okay, so there's one. And then I just thought that this would add a little bit of dimension and a little bit of something different to my page. Okay, so we got our little flaps there. And then if I put that about there, that is kind of cute. Okay. So we'll just take a little bit more of this Fabri-Tac and I'll stick it on my little flap. And on this one. Fabri-Tac's kind of gooey. It holds pretty good, especially random items like this. Okay, so we got that one down. And then I'll put this one down. Thing with Fabri-Tac though is it does dry shiny, whereas things like Elmer's glue dries matte and dries clear and matte. This dries clear and shiny. Okay, so we got our corks down, and in real life that looks really cute. So the other thing I wanted to do is I got a piece of embroidery floss, embroidery string, and this is I've taken embroidery floss. The DMC standard has 6 strands, so I've taken 2 strands. I've pulled it apart and taken 2, and I just want to make sure those are dry. So because I thought we could wrap that around the bottleneck like you sometimes see, and I thought that color was kind of nice. It kind of blends in, but still stands out. Oops. I think I better wait till that dries. That buddy's not drying. That's one of the good things about glue, is that you do have time often to rearrange things if you need to. I think that's it. Okay, and then I had these charms that I got, I've had these a long time. I think I got them at Michael's, and they were like all little different butterflies. So I took one off because I thought it would go good on my string here. And it's just a little like a medallion. I don't even think you can see it that well. And it has a butterfly in it. It is kind of hard to see the butterfly. You can kind of see its wings there now. So I thought I could put my butterfly on here. So I'm going to just I'm just going to put a knot in it just to keep it tight on the bottleneck. Okay. And then we can, I don't think I need all of this, but just thread that through. And the thing with this little medallion piece, it's the same on both sides, so I don't have to worry about it. So then we can have a little medallion there. And we'll tie that on. Onto our little lavender bottle. I have kind of allergic to most scents, so if I have something in the house, I can't have it, or I'll have to double bag it. But we have a place here in Halifax called Sage, and it's like essential oils place. And I found that there's a couple of their pure essence that I can use. And one is like it has like more like a lemongrass in it. I do love the scent of lemongrass. But lavender is one that I generally can't tolerate too much. If it's in its really pure form, I can. Because it's not the scent itself that I'm allergic to. I had allergy testing, and it's the binders that are used to keep the scent in the, whatever it is, the oil, the alcohol. So that's what really bothers me. Okay, so I've propped that up on foam tape, and this little end is giving me grief. So I thought that that would go good right about there. The other thing I have, let's get rid of that, is that butterfly that I cut out from that, and I thought that he could go up there. Yeah, I'm kind of liking. And the reason I was thinking maybe I could put him on into the lavender, and that might work. But because I've got this space here, I think it brings your eye around. You know, you kind of, when you first look at the page, at least with my eyes, I look kind of at the lavender, but then I move my eye around. And that's what you kind of want to do with collage. So I've got that. The other thing that I have, I thought I'd put a saying. And I liked that this is from Art by Marlene, one of her sticker quotes. And I liked every day is an opportunity. Because I think life is short, so every hair flip counts. Well, I wanted it to be black, I think, because the background's so light. But I also kind of like, no, I want it to be like on a black background. We're making it up as we go along. A real artist is a beginner that kept beginning. I wanted something like about self-care, because I think it's really important that we do look after ourselves. And sometimes that's hard when you have so many conflicting priorities in your life, like work and sleep and housework and looking after things and errands. I catch dreams and dreams catch me. I kind of like that, but I might have a dream catcher. Yeah, so then for like, so with our priorities, I'm trying to read and think at the same time, it's not working. You know, crafting is a big priority in my life, but sometimes I can't get to it because of other things. So I think it's just important that whatever we do, I think I like this one. Pretending you're okay is easier than explaining to everybody why you're not. And I think that says a lot. So I could put kind of part of it there. I could do that. No, I kind of like it at the bottom. Putting that maybe up into the, oh yeah, I like that. So, and then then the bottle can kind of be resting on the quote so that it has an anchor. Sometimes it's always nice to anchor something if you can. I'm just trying to get it straight. And I think that's true, that oftentimes keep a lot to ourselves. We don't want to worry people. We don't want to, you know, feel like we're whining. And I think that we need to self-care. Yeah, I'm liking how that's ending up. So I'm just going to take this off and get that stuck down. All right. Is that looking straight? I often look in the camera to see if it's kind of like it about there. Maybe just a tad bit over. Because if we don't take care of ourselves, who's going to? Which is for sure. And I think the crafting community is great because I think we are great support for each other. All right, so I'm just going to put our little butterfly down, and I'm going to cut. I sometimes cut out the little antennas, like cut them right off, but sometimes I keep them because I think it adds a little dimension, a little interest, like that. Okay. And I'm only going to glue down sort of the middle part so that the wings can... Oh, that's cute. And I've gone through my stash again. If you have watched me, you kind of know that's something. And I couldn't decide between my go-to spellbinders or just or just a clear. I kind of like that because this has a bit of gold. It's called the gold mix, but it's not really that goldy. And because the other thing I thought is just clear, and I don't even know. Although that's kind of nice because it makes it's hard to see on camera the different effect. I think I'm going to use one of these, and I have arthritis in my fingers, so it makes it hard to pick things up. So I usually use a tweezer, and sometimes they ping across the room. So we'll get that down. All right, so I think that's our page for today. Look at that. So yeah, so we've got our little butterfly. We have our little lavender essential oils with those little macarons. And pretending you're okay is easier than explaining to everybody why you're not. So the motto for today is self-care. So we'll get that put back in. I can do this without wrecking everything. I like to be able to take the pages out, but sometimes it's awkward to get them put back in. Okay, so that's our page. We're all finished. If you liked today's page, please give me a like. If you're new to my channel, I'd love for you to subscribe. One thing I wanted to just mention in this video is that because I think this video is going to air on October the 27th. I just wanted you to be aware that I will be doing a giveaway, which the details will air next week on Wednesday, November the 1st, on my Card a Week Till Christmas video. If you're interested in a giveaway, then tune in next week, and I'll give you all the details. But for now, I just hope you have a safe and happy week, and bye for now.